Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport is an international airport serving Kolkata and Kolkata metropolitan region. Taking the flight from Kolkata to Paro in Bhutan by Royal Bhutan Airlines, which takes an hour. Bhutan is a landlocked country in South Asia, situated in eastern Himalayas between China in the north and India in the south. This is our flight by Druk Air, Royal Bhutan Airlines, which is the national carrier of the Kingdom of Bhutan. It was founded in 1981. With its headquarters in Paro, Druk Air presently operates with 6 Airbuses and an ATR. It operates scheduled flights to 9 international destinations spanning 5 countries within the South Asian region from its operational base at Paro International Airport. Druk Air operates to 3 domestic destinations within Bhutan and extends its offerings to include helicopter services. We fly over the southern hills known as dwarfs or gateways into the Himalayas as they rise from the plains until they meet the great snow-capped peaks of the inner Himalayas that rise up to the sky. Nestled within the picturesque Himalayan mountains, the Paro Airport stands as the testament to human engineering and skillful piloting. Often dubbed the world's toughest airport runway, the Paro Airport has captured the fascination of aviation enthusiasts and travelers alike. Only 15 captains are allowed to land on its challenging runway.
Celsius and the temperature outside is 25 degrees centigrade. Thank you.
After disembarkation, please do not hesitate to contact our ground staff or our offices in Paro and Thimphu for any information or assistance you may need. On behalf of Trucair Royal Bhutan Airlines, the crew would like to thank you for flying with us. We hope you enjoyed the flight and look forward to seeing you on board again. Once again, welcome and enjoy your stay in Bhutan. Goodbye and Tashiyalu.
Paro Airport presents a unique blend of breathtaking natural beauty and technical complexity. It is located in the Paro Valley of Bhutan, boasts a scenic backdrop that includes the towering peaks of the Himalayas, lush greenery, and serene landscapes. This airport's unique location and architecture provide a rare treat for travelers during the approach and departure phases of flight, offering stunning views of the surrounding mountainous terrain. The terminal's interior is equally spectacular with intricate wooden carvings, brightly colored frescoes, and traditional paintings adorning the walls. Traditional welcome at the airport by my student Sonam Zangmo. On the extreme left is our cool and knowledgeable driver Kencho. Both wear traditional Bhutanese costume. They both look very smart in their attire. From Paro Airport, we are going to Thimphu, which is an hour away. On the way, we stopped by the crystal clear water. Bhutan has a population of 782,000. It has a history of pioneering initiatives and policies, and it has every reason to be proud of. Its carbon negative status is just the latest in a series of world firsts. Bhutan is possibly the only country in the world that has managed a peaceful and seamless transition from an absolute monarchy to a monarchical parliamentary democracy in a couple of generations. It is also the only nation on earth to use its homegrown gross national happiness metric as a basis of national policy making. Bhutan has proven the size, economic clout, or military power are not needed for world leadership. The term gross national happiness, as conceptualized by the fourth king of Bhutan in 1972, was declared as more important than gross domestic product. The concept implies that sustainable development should take a holistic approach towards notions of progress and give equal importance to non-economic aspects of well-being. The four pillars of G&H are sustainable and equitable socio-economic development, environmental conservation, preservation and promotion of culture, and good governance. The Buddha Dordinma statue, towering 169 feet, situated at the Quensil Podrang Nature Park in Thimphu, holds great significance for the country and its people. This site offers unobstructed views over the Thimphu Valley. The construction of this magnificent statue has a rich history tied to the religious and cultural fabric of Bhutan. The idea of this statue was conceived by the fourth king of Bhutan in the 1990s. It was seen as a means to promote peace and happiness in Bhutan and the world. The construction of the statue was also considered as a way to fulfill a prophecy that was made by the renowned yogi Sonam Zangbo in the 12th century. The project gained momentum in the early 2000s when the foundation stone was laid in 2006 by the Queen Mother of Bhutan. Statue was consecrated in 2015 and it has since become a prominent religious and cultural site in Thimphu, attracting numerous tourists and pilgrims from around the world. Inside the statue, there are 125 miniature Buddhas encapsulated inside of its enlightened bronze chest, ranging from 8 to 12 inches tall. This means that in Thimphu, which has a population of around 100,000, there are more Buddhas than there are human beings. Statue embodies the values of peace, harmony, compassion, symbolizing the essence of Buddhism and its teachings. Its presence serves as a reminder of the importance of fostering inner peace and well-being in an increasingly interconnected world. I would like you to meet my two sponsors for this trip. They took care of our visas to Bhutan. They are Sharing Hyogel and Sonam Zangmo, and they were my tourism students in Asia Pacific University in KL. Sharing is a general manager of a hotel in another town. Sonam Zangmo is with the research department with the Bhutan government in Thimphu. They took time taking us around the city. Many shops at the local handicraft center. The Bhutanese architecture is a testament to the rich cultural heritage and ancient traditions of the Himalayan region. The market, cottage cheese and butter is locally produced. Bhutanese consume lots of chilies in their diet. Vegetables, fruits are grown organically. Walking around the town of Thimphu. Sharing and Sonam treated us to a mouth-watering Bhutanese meal. We are visiting Memorial Chotan, an iconic landmark of the capital, bustling with life and activity. The building was originally envisaged by Bhutanese third king, who had wanted to erect a monument to world peace and prosperity. Completed in 1974 after his untimely death, it is both the memorial to the late king, the father of modern Bhutan, and a monument to peace. It is now a social gathering place for the older and retired citizens. Amidst the sounds of pigeons and the ringing of the prayers wheel, some are sitting around in a circle, basking in the winter sun, with others chanting their prayers, and some chat and share their big-packed lunch. In the evenings, it is a place for the younger lot to devote their time to religion and at the same time get some exercise while circumambulating around the Chotan. We are visiting a folk heritage museum. This is a restored mid-19th century house which gives an insight into an average household and lifestyle in the region during that era. Its captivating exhibits bringing medieval Bhutan to life. Some of these items were used by us too. They hold prayers, thanking Mother Earth before embarking on building a home or property. Embarking on an enchanting journey into Bhutan's past, a voyage akin to turning the pages of a storied history book. Just outside the museum lies an open space inviting you to experience Bhutan's national sport, the archery. Football is a sport with a comparatively brief history in Bhutan. It was first introduced to the country by visiting teachers from India and Europe. We visited another Buddhist temple located on a hill. It has a very nice location overlooking Thimphu. Moving the bells is considered bringing luck. the Dek Chen Choling Palace, built in 1953 by the third king of Bhutan. The royal family of Bhutan lives in this palace, which is 4 kilometers north of the famed Thimphu Zone. This palace, which was constructed in traditional Bhutanese architecture, is surrounded by magnificent ponds, trees, and a largely landscaped garden. Interior and furnishings were also created in a traditional Bhutanese manner, matching the outside. According to legend, the interior decor of the palace is covered in white velvet and covered in metal using the repose technique. Overlooking the King's Palace from Thimphu. We have come to a very cute roundabout, and you will see beautiful rainbow over Thimphu. We are set off to go to Punakha, which is 3.5 hours away from Thimphu. We drive up to Dochula Pass, which is 10,130 feet above sea level. And we are here stopping briefly to view and admire the chotans, many walls and prayer flags which decorate the highest point on the road. The skies are very clear. The high Himalayan peak towards the northeast is revealed in all their glory. This pass is marked by 108 memorial chotans or stupas. Festooned with colorful prayer flags, Dochula Pass is considered as a historic and religious site in Thimphu. With a surreal vista of shimmering Mount Gangur, Pinsum looming over enclosing Thimphu Valley, Dochula Pass has become one of the must-visit places in Bhutan and a favorite sightseeing place in Thimphu. This place, with 108 memorial chotans, also known as Druk Wangyal Chotan of Dochula Pass, were built under the commandment of Queen Mother of Bhutan to commemorate the memory of the brave soldiers who sacrificed their lives in 2003. In December 2003, Bhutanese soldiers fought against Assamese insurgents. Royal Botanical Park is located about 11 kilometers below the Dochula Pass at Lampiri. The entrance to this park between April and June, the visitors can view 38 out of Bhutan's 46 species of rhododendron or spot some of the 220 species of birds. There are 21 animal species known in the park, which has deer, tiger, leopard, red panda, and also the wild cat. It is spread across 47 square kilometers of vegetation that changes from oak, magnolia, and bird trees draped in moss and bringing to the sounds of birds to mix conifer, fir, and temperate forests with hundreds of species of fauna. The park is an area of high conservation value and boasts the most exquisite trekking and cycling routes in the country. Complete with viewpoints, lakes, boating facilities, a cafeteria, and outdoor camping spaces, the 47 square kilometers park is at the tri-junction of three mountain ranges, Sinchula, Elila, and Dochula. The park also forms the core of corridor connecting Jigme Dorji Wangchuk National Park in the east and Jigme Singye National Park in the west. Bhutan, with more than 70% of land under forest cover, is gifted and great by biodiversity, and this park has been one of the many efforts of the country's commitment to conservation. We stopped by to have a look at the fruits from the farm. Had a tea break at a cafe overlooking the scenic rice fields. We have arrived Punakha, which is located in a subtropical valley with warm summers and pleasant winters. Punakha served as the capital of Bhutan until 1955, when the seat of the government moved to Thimphu. It is located at an elevation of 5,000 feet above sea level. And rice is grown as the main crop along the river valleys of two main rivers of Bhutan.
Don't run, don't run. They want to take picture of you. Hey, don't slowly. They want to take picture. How are you?
Dzongkha is widely spoken in this district. Punakha district is divided into 11 administrative blocks called Zirveks, are an administrative division under the Dzongkha or the district. Punakha Valley is famous in Bhutan for rice farming. Both red and white rice are grown along the river valley of Po and Mo Chu, two of the most prominent rivers in Bhutan. You see cultivation of rice in this valley. Spacious fertility monastery built in 1499 and a temple dedicated to the divine madman. An eccentric monk from the 16th century, famous for many of his amusing folklore stories. According to local myth, a wild demoness by the name of Loro Doim resided in the high pass of Dochula, and she used to terrorize all those who attempted to cross this pass. There were two other demonesses who lived in two smaller passes. As a result, the folks in the valley lived in constant fear and misery. When Drupka Kunli first stepped her foot in Bhutan, he heard about these demonesses and the sufferings they have been causing. Thus, he made his way to Dochula, and upon his arrival, the three demonesses recognized him and his divine power. They tried escaping to the valley, but two of the demonesses dissolved into the body of Loro Duim. Upon reaching the plains of Lobasa, Loro Duim morphed herself into a dog or disguised herself. However, Drupka Kunli recognized Loro Duim and subdued her with his thunderbolt of flaming wisdom, which is said to be Pallas, thus the symbol of Lim Chimi Lakang. Drupka Kunli then buried the demonesses under the bole of a hill that resembles the breast of a woman. He then uttered the word Chim, which means no dog, and built a black chotan on top of the mole. Prior to killing and burying the demonesses, Drupka Kunli made the demonesses to pledge service to the Buddha and become the protector of the Dharma. She is now the local deity known as Chokim, who is the guardian of Chimi Lakang. Throughout Bhutan, the palace symbol can be seen flanking doorways, hanging off rooftops, or painted on the corners of homes in all sizes and colors. Traditionally, Bhutanese we believe that these phallic symbols help to ward off evil spirits and to drive malicious gossip. This is our accommodation in Punakha. We are getting into our room. The room is clean and very spacious and comfortable. It overlooks the beautiful valley and also the Zong on the right. Perfect place to do your yoga. We are on our way to the Punakha Zong, and we are passing by the Pochu and Mochu rivers. It is the country's most beautiful zong. Built in 1637 by Shabdrung Ngawang Namgyal to serve as the religious and administrative center of the region. Damaged over the centuries by 4 fires and an earthquake, the zong was fully restored in recent years by the present monarch. The zong is placed strategically at the junction of the Pochu and Mochu rivers. In 1907, Punakha Zong was the site of a coronation of Nyo Ungin Wangchuk as the first king of Bhutan. 3 years later, a treaty was signed at Punakha whereby the British agreed not to interfere in Bhutanese internal affairs, and Bhutan allowed Britain to direct its foreign affairs. A breathtaking view of the Zong from the two rivers. are walking to the suspension bridge, which is located just a short walk from the Punakha zone, which is one of the most iconic landmarks in Bhutan. It is a pedestrian bridge that crosses over the Pochu River in Punakha. The bridge is made of steel cables and wooden planks and is suspended high above the river below. The bridge spans a distance of approximately 160 meters and is about 1.2 meters wide. Walking across the suspension bridge is an exhilarating experience as you feel the bridge sway slightly under your feet with each step you take. As you cross, you can enjoy the views of the surrounding mountains and valleys. The bridge is especially beautiful during the spring months when the valley is in full bloom with colorful flowers. These are volunteers picking up the rubbish along the highway. We are back in Thimphu and on the way to Paro, where we are going to stay there. It's a privilege to watch the aircraft land in Paro Airport. Paro is a historic town with many sacred sites and historical buildings scattered through the area. In addition, the Paro Valley is wide and verdant and is recognized as one of the most beautiful in all Bhutan. This is our accommodation in Paro. It has a garden with flowers and fruit trees. Right at the back of the place is the rice field and a farm. Fronting is a cool, clean, shallow stream coming from the mountains. It is such a joy and pleasure to enjoy the serenity and the ambience. Taking a walk in the rice fields behind the home. About 10 kilometers outside Paro is the famous Paro Taksang, which is called the Tiger's Nest, Buddhist monastery and hermitage. The trek to Tiger's Nest monastery takes about 3 hours one way. A scenic view of the town of Paro can be seen from the Tiger's Nest. A World Heritage Site is prominently featured in the National Geographic book, listed this place as the sacred places of a lifetime. a showcase of the world's most powerful and spiritual places. Tiger's Nest Monastery, most famous of Bhutan's monasteries, is spectacularly located on the side of the cliff 900 meters above the valley floor. It is said that in the 8th century, Guru Rinpoche flew on the back of a tigress from eastern Bhutan to this place and meditated in a cave here for 3 months. Hence his name Tiger's Nest. There have been shrines at this sacred place for many centuries. The principal Ilhakang of the present monastic complex dates from 1692. The main structure was severely damaged by fire in 1998, but after many years of painstaking restoration work, the complex has now been fully restored to its former glory. Tuxtang is a place of pilgrimage which Bhutanese try to visit at least once in a lifetime. A hike to the Tiger's Nest is the holiest monastery in Bhutan, located 10,200 feet above sea level, hanging on a cliff above the Paro Valley. It stands above a beautiful forest of blue pine and rhododendrons. Although it's very steep, the view, fresh mountain air, birds singing and cheering you up along the way is well worth it. After a long and tiring walk, we had a relaxing hot stone bath to calm our aching muscles, which is available at our accommodation. We are taking our flight back to Paro to Kolkata by Druk Air. It was a memorable 7 days in Bhutan. I truly appreciate my students, Sharing and Sonam, for inviting and sponsoring us for an unforgettable adventure. Not forgetting our driver and a friend, Kencho, who looked after us extremely well. Last but not least, I would like to personally thank Karma Yang Chin, sister of Sharing, for putting our travel together. She owns a travel agency appointed by the Bhutanese government.